I didn't learn to laugh because life was funny. I learned to laugh because I was drowning in tears. My name? Charlie Chaplin. You know me as the man with the bowler hat, the funny walk, the little mustache. But behind the laughter was a story that might make you cry. Let me tell you how a boy from the slums of London became the man who made the world laugh. Chapter 1: The Boy with No Shoes. I was born in 1889 in London. My father, a drunk. My mother, a singer until she lost her voice. We were so poor, I shared one piece of bread with my brother. We wore shoes with holes. Sometimes no shoes at all. At age 5, I stood on a stage for the first time. Not because I wanted to, because my mother had a breakdown in the middle of her performance. They shoved me on stage to distract the crowd. And I made them laugh. They clapped. I smiled. That day, I found my escape. That day, I found magic. Chapter 2: Hunger Hurts, but Dreams Are Hungrier. I spent part of my childhood in workhouses, places where poor kids lived and worked like slaves. Gray walls, cold soup, no hugs, no dreams. I missed my mother terribly. She was put in a mental asylum. Sometimes I cried so hard my ribs hurt. But even in that sadness, I pretended. I acted like I was a king, a pirate, a soldier, a magician. Imagination was my only food. Chapter 3: America, Land of Lights, Not Love. At age 19, I joined a comedy troupe that traveled to the USA. America was dazzling. Big buildings, fast cars, cameras. Then one day, I saw a movie. Silent, black and white, but full of life. I said, that's what I want to do. I worked with Keystone Studios, and in 1914, I created a character that would change the world. The Tramp. Bowler hat, cane, funny walk, but kind heart. People fell in love instantly. But here's what they didn't see. Behind that silly walk was all my pain. I put my childhood, my hunger, my heartbreak into that little man. And the world laughed, and I smiled. Chapter 4: Silence Speaks Loud. In those days, films had no sound. People asked, aren't you sad you can't speak? I said, no, because emotion doesn't need words. A tear, a glance, a smile. That's enough. I made over 80 films, wrote, directed, acted, edited, all of it. I was obsessed. Sometimes I did 300 takes of the same scene. I wanted perfection. In 1921, I made The Kid, my first full-length movie. It was about a poor man and an abandoned child. I cried while filming it, because that kid was me. Chapter 5: Fame Hurts Too. By the 1930s, I was the most famous man on earth. But I was also hated. People didn't like that I spoke up about poverty, war, politics. They called me a communist, a threat. I was banned from America. Imagine that. After making the country laugh for 25 years, they shut the door on me. So I left. Heartbroken, I moved to Switzerland. And there I kept writing, kept dreaming, because even if the world turns on you, art stays. The Final Bow. In 1972, after 20 years of exile, America invited me back. They gave me an honorary Oscar. I walked onto the stage, shaking, old, frail, tears in my eyes. The entire crowd stood up, clapping, cheering, crying, for 12 minutes straight. 12 minutes! That night, I realized it was never about the fame. It was never about the money. It was about hope. I made people believe again. I gave light to dark rooms, and in return, they gave me love. Chapter 7: My Silent Truth. I died in 1977, but my films still breathe, still laugh, still cry. I want you to remember me not as a clown, but as a man who believed in beauty even when the world was ugly. Closing sound: faint piano melody from Smile. Begins playing under Smile, though your heart is aching. Because sometimes, a single tear can carry more truth than 1,000 words. Life lessons from Charlie Chaplin. 1. Even the darkest life can create light for others. 2. Don't wait for happiness. Create it. 3. Pain can become performance if you dare to share it. 4. Silence is powerful. Emotion is universal. 5. Keep dreaming. Even if no one claps yet, your moment will come. English learning tips and homework. 1. Vocabulary to know. Asylum, slums, bowler hat, imagination, obsession, clown, performance, poverty, exile, expression. 2. Emotion practice. Read these lines out loud. They laughed at the tramp, but they cried for the boy behind him. I didn't speak, yet the world listened. Smile, even when it hurts. Say them, as if you're on stage, as if you're telling your story, as if you're comforting someone else. 3. Homework. Write a short monologue. Write a 6 to 8 line paragraph about a time you hid pain behind a smile. Use at least 3 vocabulary words. Example: in school, I made jokes so people wouldn't see I was sad. My imagination saved me. Like a clown, I used laughter to survive. But inside, I missed my father. My silence was louder than any scream. Today, I still smile, but now I smile with truth. Up next in the series, would you like to go into art, Frida Kahlo, activism, Nelson Mandela, Malala, music, Freddie Mercury, space, Neil Armstrong, or another figure you love?